Well, hey, crew, welcome back to camp. We're coming up on about a year, Chris, that you've been working for us. And I know I've asked you before, how are things going and all that. But I think you've seen some stories that have really connected you to the mission. And I know you know the mission, and you love the mission, but sometimes it takes experiencing the mission to really get it.
Yeah, I've thought about this many times, and I have many opportunities where I get affirmation. I'm in the right place and doing what I'm supposed to be doing. But, I think back, it was really right away. I think most people, when they enter a new career, have that moment where they kind of question, am I where I'm supposed to be? Am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing?
Sure.
And it's spring core. And it's just this fabulously beautiful evening on the ponds, sun setting in the west. Everything's gone splendidly. It's a fishing night. Everybody working in their pairs. Instructors did a fantastic job. This fellow walks up to me, and we're trying to wrap up. And so I'm kind of business focused,
Sure.
And he says, hey, can I get a minute of your time? And, part of me is going, yes, sir. Yes, sir. He sticks out his hand. He says, I'm Chris. And I said, oh, I'm Chris. He said, yeah, I know, you're Chris, too. And he shook my hand, and he kind of held on for a second. And he said, and I'm a former law enforcement officer. And I thought, oh, boy, this might not be, where is this going?
Right.
And he said, I share that with you because by nature of being in law enforcement for so long, I've missed a lot of time with my children. And he said, now I want to talk to you about my son, Nicholas. And I said, oh, yeah, I know who Nicholas is, And he says, well, I want to share with you that he's on the autistic spectrum.
Oh, yeah.
And by nature of that, he spends a lot of time at home, a lot of anxiety that he carries, and boy, my heart's just, and doesn't leave his room. Very rarely, doesn't really get out around people or, out into society. And I'm just going, yeah, I know who he is, but I didn't really register that he's struggling that much with his difficulties. And he starts to tear up, and I just hate to see him make me cry.
Yeah.
And he says, I just want to share with you our testimony. And I'm kind of getting chills. I sat and looked at him, and he said, we're out here this evening, and Nicholas and I are fishing side by side, and he also, talking about how beautiful it was out there and how peaceful. And he said, and Nicholas turned to me, and he says, Dad, I'm really relaxed out here, And he said, I just want you to appreciate what that means to us, Nicholas having peace, and me being able to share that with him, and there went that tear rolling down his eye. I just could hardly keep it together, and shook his hand, and all I could think to say is, it's our pleasure.
Yeah.
This is why we do what we do.
Good for you.
And I knew really right away at that moment, this is where I'm supposed to be. And I have to tell you, that one resonates with me really strongly, and it was a proud moment for me.
That's awesome. There's going to be more of those. I can promise you that.
I'm sure.
So get toughened up, brother. Those tears will come. Well, gang, I really appreciate that, Chris, sharing with the family of CYO and the ever-expanding family of CYO. And so love to have you here at the fire. And until next time.